My name is Paddy Phelan. I am the manager of the Three Counties Energy Agency. Three Counties Energy Agency is in South East Ireland, and the three counties in which we operate are the counties of Carlow, Kilkenny and Wexford. We at 3CEA will work to balance in a sustainable way the introduction of more and more clean energy sources from those produced to the local energy supply networks across the three counties. To do this, our team in the Energy Agency will assess feasible technologies, feasible scales at which to produce this clean energy in the rural sector. We will lobby supports to ensure that low carbon energy meets 100% of our demand by 2050 or well in advance if we can so achieve. And we'll work with every community in the three counties of Carlow, Kilkenny and Wexford, and all its citizens who will participate in the use and production of this clean energy. 3CA participate in EU projects across clean energy and energy efficiency in order to support the development of supply chains, to support innovation where technologies are being tested and proven in European jurisdictions that have not been widely used in Ireland, but most importantly to support the knowledge exchange to the businesses and also the citizens in our region. More importantly, it gives 3CEA a strong basis to justify and promote local and national policies based on best practice learning from other EU member states and partners. 3CEA is committed to local energy supply. This region is a rural one that has urban centres which need energy to support its industry, and particularly its agri-food industry, all of which links it to the rural agri-sector and the capacity for agricultural diversification and for agriculture to be a net contributor to carbon sequestration through bioenergy production. For example, multi-cropping, the use of multiple crops both for the productive food crop but also secondarily a productive second crop which sequesters carbon but also provides potential biomass which could be used as a bioenergy supply or energy source at a local level. RegEnergy is a brilliant project which looks across the entire gambit of the clean energy sector. Within it, partners from different regions are testing and developing projects with different technologies, from solar, wind, district heating through CHP, biogas, biomethane. But within it, there are two particular types of partners. There are those who are delivering the investments, so the companies who are going to run and operate these plants, which is critical to understand the benefits of these projects. But secondly, there are the aggregators or the trusted intermediaries like ourselves in 3CA and the other research to commercial entities that are operating across the project. So we not only just look at the biogas opportunities, but we also get to look at the opportunities across the other technologies, and as a grouping get to work on very interesting projects such as e-communities, where we aim to work with the e-communities to develop community-owned and operated renewable energy plant across this rural sector. For me, the lack of understanding amongst citizens as to where their energy comes from, and subsequently, when they pay for their energy, how much money is leaking from their region to pay for what is high emission imported fossil fuel. There are technologies which are widespread in Europe where biomass, biogas, wind and solar can and do make up the majority of the region's energy production. This, in turn, allows for those regions to retain the value of that energy in that local region. So when you're buying your energy, you're buying local. Over my many years working in the energy space, I've been to many cities across Europe, and within that I've seen some interesting and unique approaches. But for me, the one that stands out most is that of the city of Växjö in Sweden, where a political decision was made in the early 1990s to sign into policy the development of a renewable supply district heating system for that city. Today, that city is 100% supplied from renewable heat sources, and its electricity is primarily produced from that self-same energy centre. Not only this, but they subsequently signed a bilateral agreement to exchange some of the residues from their city with the neighbouring city of Ljungby. So in return for their household waste, which they ship 50 kilometres down the road to Ljungby, where it is used to produce energy in Ljungby, they in turn take back the bio-waste from Ljungby and use it to produce energy in their city, therefore striking a balance for their region using the cleanest technologies to produce their own energy, the definition of buying local. The best moment, in my opinion, is seeing the interest from all the stakeholders, combined with the will and the resolve of the bioenergy sector to stick with the bioenergy clean energy opportunity. Despite so many years of little or no support from government, whilst the EU member states and their competitors strive ahead in the quest to meet their 2020 and 2030 renewable energy targets, whilst in Ireland we lag behind. Meaning that the sector in Ireland knows the value of the clean energy sector and how local energy supplies must replace the imported cheap fossil ones to which we are so addicted. So for me, the best moment is when you realise that there is absolute logic in buying your energy locally, there is absolute logic in producing your energy locally, and there is absolute logic in terms of producing your energy rurally so that we can supply the urban demand that is our European energy Interreg project RegEnergy.